Yeah. As you know, on a Thursday, we like to catch up with Dr. Roger Givob. He is CEO of Fair Money, personal finance and credit expert, and he does froth a little bit. Let's find out what he's frothing about this week. Roger, very good morning to you.
Good morning, James.
Good morning. So let's talk about mandates, shall we? So, look, here we are. Since you and I spoke, we've got a new government. We've got an old Chancellor, but a sort of newish Chancellor. They seem to have steadied the ship, and the last 7 weeks of the Liz Truss thing seems to have been like just a terrible dream that just cost us quite a lot of money.
Yeah, a bad memory. Well, I mean, first of all, big kudos to the Tory party for its additional diversity move. Certainly compared to Labour, they've done very well, and to elect our first British Asian Prime Minister on the first evening of Diwali was really something. The celebrations in the Indian and the Hindu communities are extraordinary. In India, they're actually calling this the start of the Indian Raj. So there was the British Raj, where a Brit or Brits controlled India. Now there is an Indian controlling Britain.
Which I think is an interesting opportunity for the UK to re-establish its relationship and build its trade relationships with India on the basis that we have a huge amount of shared history. It doesn't matter whether, in my view, whether you like or don't like it, it's there. I think it would be good for us to understand more about it, but I also think it would be good for us to realise that there are a huge number of people that we could trade with, that we could improve our relations with, and what an opportunity for us.
It's great. It's absolutely great. It's very exciting that our first British Asian Prime Minister was elected. And oops, wait a minute. He wasn't elected. It's actually a few dozen gentlemen in tweeds at the Grimpington.
Oh, don't start with all that nonsense, Roger. Look,
Grimpington-on-Sea.
No. Listen, no. The good thing is that it wasn't those people. It wasn't the Conservative Party membership who have no idea. And frankly, they almost caused political suicide by allowing their blue rinse to get in the way of their voting papers. And then they voted Liz Truss. I mean, what were they thinking?
Well,
but the thing is, the parliamentary party, they voted. And let's remember, one of the things that Rishi said is he said, you don't elect a prime minister, you elect a party. That's what happened to the last general election, and that's what's still happening. The fact that the party changed their leader, it's a little concern to you or I?
Well, I think a lot of Britons are now a bit less happy with that system because choices are being made that they're not really involved in. I mean, that's
we're not involved in anything. I mean, look, even when there's a prime minister, we say, "Oh, we're voting for this person or that person." Well, we're not voting for frothing for the wrong thing.
I'm frothing because I think that people really do want to vote for the man or woman, for the person who becomes prime minister. In any event, the point is that mechanism allowed Liz to get in with Kwasi and to adopt her Darwinian, that is, survival of the fattest mini budget or fiscal event, and it proved a disaster.
It did prove a disaster, and
everything crashed,
and it is all gone. Meanwhile, talk to me about push me, pull you economics.
We've got the left foot on the. I mean, economists and politicians like to, as you and I are always saying, they like to use words that you don't really understand. Fiscal policy. What's fiscal policy? Fiscal policy means tax and spending. So it's the tax that the government collects and the money that they spend. They've got their left foot on the fiscal policy brake. In other words, we don't want to let go of taxes. We want to keep collecting them and raising them. And we don't want to spend. There's going to be spending cuts. At the same time as they've got their right foot on the monetary policy. What does that mean? Interest rates. Why don't you just say interest rates? They've got their right foot on the monetary policy accelerator. So we're going around and around in circles and quickly, disappearing into oblivion.
We might indeed. Now, I'm very concerned of time. Two elephants in the room. What are they?
Well, the first elephant is interest rates. We keep raising interest rates. It's been a year. We've gone from 0.1% to 2.25%, and people are already very squeezed. I'm wearing this badge. Every consumer should wear one. I'm better than this. We should be treated better than this.
And very quickly, what's the second one?
And the second one is decoupling the price of electricity, which is 80% of our home energy bills, from the international gas prices. 80% of our electricity has nothing to do with gas.
And there we must leave it, Dr. Roger. I'm so sorry we are out of time, but that's Dr. Roger Kivov, CEO of Fair Money, personal finance and credit